This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
The city has a brand new eco park in Adyar. The chief minister christens it as the NDTV-HINDU-NEWS. Vico calls the Coast Guard and the Indian Navy idle spectators to the recent attacks on our fishermen. With the metro rail on its track to completion, the commuters of the city fall victims to the mess and disorder it's leaving.
Petrol, diesel waste adhaan poyudhu naanga sambaridhu waste
1 hour ஆகுது போறதுக்கே முடியல டைம் ஆகுது வேலைக்கு போக அந்த டைம்க்கு வேலைக்கு போவே முடியல.
The fake drugs make a comeback to the city. The CBCID arrests 5 in connection with the production of a painkiller drug. And Rahman is out with his new music video. It is a number that did not make it to the Ravanan album. Hello and welcome to the news tonight on NDTV Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew. Let's also bring you our national headlines. The Karnataka Chief Minister says that the governor is in a hurry to sanction his prosecution, but he will fight back legally and politically. The Congress and the BJP slug it out a day after the governor sanctions Yediyurappa's prosecution. Maharashtra's Chief Minister promises action after a top cop's mother owns a flat in the controversial Harsidi Heights. After reports emerged over Ganguly joining Team Kochi, sources say Kochi coach Jeff Lawson is not keen on the Bengal Tiger. And Ruskin Bond pens a new role for himself, the author on working in South Korea.
Actually, I ought to be in a comedy or some working with Laurel and Hardy or something like that. You're not with serious actors.
On to our top story, a belated opening it was. Nevertheless, it was finally here. The first phase of the Adyar Punga has been declared open by the Chief Minister. M. Karunanidhi has christened it as Tolkapiyar Park, but the event around the ecologically sensitive wetland is all the more significant because the actual inauguration was to happen early this month by none other than the Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. But with political red signals and roadblocks of clearances obstructing its path, it was pushed till today. The Environment Ministry has given its go-ahead only last week. This project, sprawling over 58 acres, has been dubbed as a good carbon sink for the city and a one that would help replenish groundwater. This has been described by the Deputy Chief Minister, whose pet project this is. Now, with its official opening, apart from the biodiversity in the estuary that makes this its breeding ground, citizens do hope for a fresh breath of air from this green cover. After a fire broke out at a fireworks factory in Virudhunagar yesterday, the Chief Minister has expressed his grief over the incident and has announced 1 lakh rupees as compensation to the next of kin of the 8 killed. Karunanidhi directed the sum to be paid from the Chief Minister's General Relief Fund. Additionally, for the injured, he's also announced a sum of 10,000 rupees to the 12 in number. There is a constant fear along the coastal stretch of Tamil Nadu after a bevy of attacks took its toll on Indian fishermen by the Sri Lankan Navy of late, and resounding those worries was MDMK's chief Vico, who has asked for serious action and stern warnings to be sent out to Sri Lanka. During a meeting with Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, Vico raised concerns over such attacks and alleged that the Indian Navy and the Coast Guard remained idle spectators, making no attempt to protect the fishermen from the state. In a memorandum to the Prime Minister, he has said that the foreign policy of the UPA government on the ethnic Tamil issue, the aids to Colombo and the Indian Navy's failure to act have caused unbearable resentment among the people of the state. The MDMK leader also alleged that the Sri Lankan government, under the pretext of fighting the war against the LTTE, committed genocide against Tamils. Meanwhile, the Coast Guard of the state has sent out a message of reassurance to the Chief Minister. The Inspector General of the Coast Guard has said that they will take all measures to ensure the safety of Indian fishermen. This comes in the wake of incidents like yesterday's, when about 60 fishermen claimed that they were beaten up by Sri Lankan Navy's personnel while they were fishing between Kachathiva and Dhanishkodi. Earlier this month too, a fisherman from the state was shot dead, but the Sri Lankan Navy denied that attack.
So having taken over as the Coast Guard Commander in Tamil Nadu, this was my first call on the Chief Minister, wherein we also discussed the issue of Sri Lankan firing on our Indian fishermen, wherein I have assured the Chief Minister, the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, that every step will be taken by the Coast Guard to ensure and enhance the patrolling in this area so that no such incident is repeated in future. Parallelly, the Coast Guard headquarters in Delhi, along with the Government of India, have initiated actions to interact with the Government of Sri Lanka to prevent any such incidents in future.
In some more news from the city now, if the Chennai Metro Rail was supposed to be a boon and ease traffic congestion in our city, well, it doesn't look like it's doing so now, at least. Even as this hailed project knuckles down, the ongoing construction work has turned into a traffic stopper, with bumper-to-bumper rides being a common sight on that stretch. Our reporter Lokpriya visited one of the dense traffic corridors where the project is coming up.
Chennai Metro Rail, dream project of the Tamil Nadu government and a promise of a world-class public transport facility, may have put the commuters at inconvenience, at least during its construction stage. This is the scene during rush hour time almost every day on the busy 100 feet road near Kasi Theatre. Seems familiar? Well, you have probably been stuck on this stretch between Coimbatore and Guindy often. Ever since the metro rail began its work, traffic in this busy stretch has only gotten worse. Not an inch of road space visible to the naked eye. Perhaps you need a magnifying glass to see a foot in front of you and a brave heart to navigate this ruthless stretch of tar, while horns around you blare and swearing at fellow road users is common.
First second da. Third, fourth nambi போக முடியல வண்டில அவ்வளவு டிராஃபிக் இந்த இடம். பெட்ரோல் டீசல் வேஸ்டா தான் போகுது. நாங்க சம்பாரிச்சதே வேஸ்ட்.
1 hour ஆகுது. போறதுக்கே முடியல. டைம் ஆகுது வேலைக்கு போக. அந்த டைம்க்கு வேலைக்கு போவே முடியல.
The plight of commuters during night is no better. The so-called 100 feet road is literally reduced to half its size, with almost 30% of road space occupied by the barricades laid for metro rail project. This is corridor 2 that runs over a distance of 22 kilometers and connects Chennai Central and St. Thomas Mount via Coimbatore. Some attempts at decongesting the traffic have been made. The traffic police have diverted both the heavy vehicles and the Mufusal buses at Duraiswamy Road near Vadapaini Junction. But that has helped only a little, since most roads here are narrow. Authorities say they are helpless and can only ensure effective monitoring of the traffic at ground level.
The traffic police can regulate the traffic, but we cannot remove the constraint of the narrow road space which is there because of this project going on. So till this project is completed, some inconvenience definitely would be there for the road users.
Even as the city moves into top gear in infrastructure facilities, traffic experts say there are lessons to be learned from the metro rail project, which will be useful when similar projects are planned in future, and also suggest a viable solution that might just make some difference.
Activity centers could be taken care of. Some of the, I think, the recreation facilities like theatres and all there on the along the Katila corridor. Maybe we can think of changing the show timings and staggering the timings of the theatres so that it won't fall in the peak.
Stuck in traffic, the man on the road waits for the traffic to move, hoping the rail will chug out on time and put him on the fast lane to home and work. In Chennai, Lokpriya, NDTV Hindu.
This is News Tonight on NDTV Hindu. Up ahead, she's got no doubles on Facebook or Twitter. Like on the silver screen, watch Asin's virtual confession up on the other side.